All right, looks like I'm recording. All right, y'all, this will be the tutorial on how to mesh the W rail. Again, don't know the official name for it. I guess it's the rail on an MGS system. So here I'll just download the STP file. And again, I will open Hypermesh 2017 model or edition, import geometry, go to my downloads. So generally this one is a little bit more straightforward than the PSST, in my opinion. So yeah, here we go. I'll close out of this, open this up. So we're going to also want to, from what Moj told me, we're also going to want to mesh this one as a shell element. So again, that means extracting a midsurface. I'm not too sure if the midsurface tool actually will work on this. I used it previously, but I never really kept track of how good it was. Okay, so for this, where did I just lose that button? Mid surface. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, I was in the wrong tool. So we'll just go to extract. And we'll try to take a look at it from this angle. And unfortunately, it is a little bit doo-doo. So we're going to reject that. And we're just going to use the same method we did with the PSST to extract a mid-surface out of this one. So that involves just placing some nodes on the geometry. Pretty sure I can just click all these that I want. This shouldn't be too bad. And, gotta love a good surface. So, I apologize for the dreariness. It's a Friday afternoon. Just finished up the PSST one and I'm uploading it. So, yeah, this video will generally go to serve, hopefully, my classmates in my class right now, MECH894 for homework for the meshing assignment, but hopefully students in the future and maybe just anyone on YouTube that might need to use it as like some sort of formative meshing tutorial. So I've got those nodes, and now I'm going to just start extracting mid nodes. For these, again, you can kind of tell where, a line starts linearly between and where it's going to start like curving. As long as we really have a straight element, I think it'll be fine. And I have attempted this one in the past. I didn't play around with it that much just because it did seem a lot more straightforward. Had some of my stuff checked by my advisor Moj, and she said it was all good. So hopefully this tutorial is actually correct and helpful. Kind of just chatting through this. So now we've got our mid lines. I'm probably going to want to also for this curve right here, we're probably going to want a few, maybe break it up into a few segments. Well, yeah, it looks like that's what they did here. 1, 2, 3. So let's get this number of nodes between 5. Let's see, does this work? No, of course it doesn't work. Okay. So we're going to want to do this on a line. Go to 5. Go like that. Yeah, there we go. Go like that with this. Oops. Yeah, and really just doing the same method we did with the PSST. Oop, I should probably count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're going to want to do 8 like that. Nope, I miscounted. Let's do 9. There we go. Okay. Let's double check that I'm recording. Yep, okay. So this one's just 1. So make that 3. Because you include each end. There we go. There we go. Well, crap, I realized it didn't really do this side as much as I needed to. So I think that's just about all we need with that. Again, might need to go back and fix it. So now we just interpolate these nodes. A bit monotonous, but yeah, I'll come back once I finish this. All right, so I've got all those mid nodes, and now I'm going to just go to the line tool, go to linear nodes, and just start drawing lines to each of my mid-surface nodes. And yeah, I'll come back once I'm done with that. All right, now I have that mid-surface line drawn throughout the shape of it. Sorry, I'll close that a bit. So now we're going to want to do a line drag with all of this. So we go to 2D, line drag. Wait, was it the right one? Yeah. So change this to lines. Go boop. Boop. Oops, abort. So again, you need to change this to surface only. So line list, that. There we go. I don't like that color, but okay. So just continue along here. Also something I didn't discuss in my PSST video, which might be relevant for if those corners, you know, how the corners are rounded, and I mesh them as just like little pieces. There is a way to actually connect these using if I wanted to actually, like, for the rounded edge, I wanted to connect all of those elements, just so I'd like have one mesh for that entire corner. I could, although I would have to change my mesh to for second order, which I believe is more computationally expensive. But it is a possibility. Again, don't know if this is 100% correct. So if I did want to do that, all I would need it to go is, for example, for this one, if I wanted to, if maybe in the future I see that these are kind of unnecessary, and I could just like, you know, change them into one. I can untrim them like that. I don't know exactly what just happened there. So maybe I'd need to redraw them, but that is a tool that comes in that I've used before. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, but again, that button exists. Might be helpful for the PSST. Again, maybe the PSST doesn't even work that ways, but just thought I'd bring it up. So I'm going to just continue line dragging here, and I'll bring you back once I'm done. All right, just bring you back for these last few. Oops, did not mean to do that one. Oops, messed up. Okay. Line drag. So if you can't tell, I'm not actually clicking the second box. I'm just using the tab button to go to the second command in this tool. Just speeds things up a little bit. So yeah, click, tab, click. There we go. Alrighty. And we can go like this, go like that, and we can see that throughout the entire length, the PSST does, or not the PSST, the mid-surface does well. So now we need to get rid of those holes. So in order to do this, we go to geometry, we can go to that Z-axis view. We can go to surface edit, trim with lines. So we're going to want surface edges, normal to surface. So our surface that we want to trim is going to be the one we just created. So let's just, obviously some of these holes don't apply to all of them. Oof, will this be an issue? Let's try this out. We can always go back. Still am recording. I'm gonna just file save as, just because normal to surface, if these side holes do shoot off at a certain angle, they could technically trim part of the other side's like hump right there. So just in case that is a thing that occurs, W-rail, prelim, mid-surface. Just in case that is something that happens, I can just go back, not have to bother. Okay, so go back to this view, surface edit, go like this, boom, and then from how that goes, let's pretend I have a ruler right now, draw a straight line from this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it will be a problem. Pretty sure those holes are right there. Yeah, okay. So I want to go like this, go like that, just on these parts right here. Right click. I don't know exactly what that is doing. What if I right click? Oh, that's just the location of the hole. And I do want that. So that should be fine. Again, right click, right click, right click, right click. And then I do have those center holes that I want to deal with. So let's shift drag. So it looks like I've got all the holes that I want. And I've got both sides. So let's go trim. Hopefully it didn't break anything. Get rid of that. And it looks like we're good. Nice, okay. So now we can just go to the X, make sure we're on surfaces, just for brevity's sake of brevity, get rid of these. Right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. Oh, I didn't grab any of those or those, dang. Did that not trim correctly? Well, let's just delete those. So that didn't work quite right. Okay, so this definitely was an issue. As you can see, the bottom of these aren't closed, so I will figure that out real quick. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. So yeah, be right back. All right, so I figured out how to go about this real quick. There's that one. I'll show you real quick what I did. So again, using some of the tools that I've talked about in this, in the PSST video, we can go in, create some nodes at those points, and then draw a line from those nodes. Go to create. And then finally, we can go to surface edit, go to trim with lines. Yeah, trim with lines, but then change it to the free line setting. And with that, we can choose that free line since those other ones are already trimmed. And with that, we can go like that. Bam. Okay. So yeah, I'll just do that for the rest of the holes and show you what I get. All right, real quick, wanted to bring you back to show you a method to kind of just cut out the middleman. You can just go like that with, if you go to the surface edit tool and go to trim with nodes, you can kind of just click those points and it'll trim it that way. And then bam. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to do the same thing. But yeah, I'll just keep you with me while I wrap these up. Surface edit. Hopefully you didn't do all of those before I showed you that quick trick. Otherwise, just wasted both of our times. Surface edit. Yeah, I don't really know why that didn't work. I probably just didn't select it initially when I was making those surface edits. But not really an issue. So there we go. We've got our holy rail. So now we can go about actually meshing this. So yeah. All right, folks, I figured out the issue. So, well, I don't think that I explained the issue yet. but essentially it wasn't allowing me to mesh. This because well, number one, these are very long surfaces that we're meshing, and also on top of that, there's these holes right near this edge of the surface, which makes it pretty precarious to mesh anyways. And so in order to just use the auto mesh button, it wasn't working. Essentially, it just would say fail to create mesh. And so in order to do that, I used a similar method to what I did when I was working on this before a couple of days ago. And that was to do that same trim with here. So I go to the surface edit and I go to trim with surface/planes. I do the y-axis. I choose the surfaces I want to trim. I created a node at the midpoint of this whole, just as like a reference point. I don't think it's really that important, but I did want to split up these two so that these were separated. Theoretically, I could probably split this up in a better way, which I will actually just do right now. So right here, I can just kind of show you where you split these up at isn't too important. But yeah, so let's see, where do I want to split this one up at? So along this line, I can put, let's see, well, this line's pretty long. I just want to do 100. Let's see how this turns out at. So I'll just do 100 along this line, and we get some good divvies up here. So yeah, I'll just choose this. Gives me plenty of working space on each side of each of these holes. So then I'll go to surface edit. I'll go choose all, oops. Choose all of these surfaces and the base node. Make sure it's on the y-axis, base node, like that. So now I have these sections that I can mesh, and then I'll do the same thing with this base node right here. So I can just trim these into manageable meshing sections, so that the auto mesh tool doesn't freak out, doesn't say, failed to mesh or anything like that. And you get some nice, good looking meshes. Might as well just do that right there. We've got this long span. Go like this, base node right here to give yourself plenty of space. Base node. So you can just see that I'm chopping this up, making it manageable sizes. Once again, I will caveat that this may not be a totally legitimate method. Well, I mean, it sounds, from what my advisor was explaining, it is a oh, this one isn't trimming. Did I not select the surface? I must not have. But it is a legitimate method, but like whether you actually do it this ways or in another way to split it up, who knows? But this is how I'm doing it, and it worked for me in the past with a large mesh size. So I'll go with all of these. Is that going to give me enough space? Could probably just go. Let's go like that. I don't think these section sizes are really going to be important. So again, divvy it up like that. Last one right here. Okay. And once again, I do not like this color. I'm going to change this to blue. No, let's switch to orange. I feel like it was orange in my other one. So now we can move on. Make sure I'm recording. Yes, okay. To the Automesh tool. Let's just see how large of a size we could technically do and get away with. So 0.5 size quads. So that does work. But again, we kind of want a good roundness to our hole. And also we want it to be, we want the meshes to be square. So let's go to 3/8. I think this is 0.375. So that's pretty solid. So yeah, here we go. We've got a pretty good looking mesh right here. Honestly, I'm gonna just call that good. There, and this one doesn't seem to be having a problem with these. So there we go. Feels like that's a good number. I'll just see, do that work? Let's do 8. Oh, what the heck? Oh, yeah, let's have 8 along all of these. I think that technically will make each of these mesh sizes larger, but I don't think we're hurting anyways. So honestly, this is kind of just my method of going about this. Let's see. Do I want to create that to be larger? Yeah, that looks solid. Solid as in good. Um, hmm. Don't want to create another mesh, another element right there. So if I decrease that, decrease this one more time, that's looking good. I mean, I can technically have triangle elements, but just trying to find a happy balance between all of this. I do want this to be 8. Should have done that before I started tweaking this so much. Oh, that's really good. Don't want to decrease that. No. Do I want to increase this? No. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's really good. Honestly, that might be the best we're gonna get it. So I'm gonna just leave it like that. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep breaking up these sections using a similar method, trying to keep a good square shape to my mesh elements with a 0.375 inch size. And I'll bring you back once I complete this row, and I'll probably just show you this as an example and probably call that good. All right, so I've got this bottom section nice and meshed. You got some nice symmetry on these two without really any problem elements. This one looks a little funky right here. Got a triangle right there. Uh, but overall pretty solid. Also, these are fairly symmetric as well. Uh, these holes, I do have a triangle right there, but other than that, I think it's pretty solid. So yeah, we can go into just really going after this one and see how that works. So yeah, we'll probably want a little bit more curvature than that. Actually, let's abort. We already know that we're going to want these about this size. Also of note, I should clarify, I changed it to 0.425 just because I was already making them larger by going the 0.375 inch was deviating towards more like 9 elements per like this section length, but I was increasing it to 8, so there was less elements per the same length, so each element had to be larger. And so I changed to 0.25, and the default then changed to 8. So I'm trying to make my element sizes more towards the 0.425 size. Again, not really an issue, but thought I'd clarify. So, well, this looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get a little bit more curvature out of this. Yeah, that'll definitely be an issue. Honestly, just probably keep it like this. It's an octagon, uh, and it's got its shape. Elements are a decent size, so I'll probably just keep it like that. And so yeah, to be honest, I'm going to just literally use the same method throughout the entire length. So I don't think there's really any reason to continue this video anymore. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, either in person here at Midwest, uh, by email, or obviously you can drop a YouTube comment if you don't know me personally. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. I think it's turned out pretty good. Uh, so yeah.